What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable wall? When family loyalty is tested by championship ambition? Today on WWE Express, we're breaking down the explosive collision that could reshape the entire WWE landscape. Roman Reigns and the Usos have reached the moment of reckoning. This is the story you need to hear. For years, Roman Reigns and the Usos have dominated WWE television as the most dominant faction in professional wrestling. Their alliance, built on blood, respect, and relentless supremacy, has fundamentally changed how we view teamwork and dominance in the WWE. But every empire faces its greatest challenge from within. The cracks started small. Disagreements over strategy. Competing visions for the future. Moments where individual ambition clashed with collective purpose. And now, as we stand at this precipice, the question isn't whether they'll collide, it's when. Let's talk about Roman Reigns. This man has evolved from a powerful competitor into the most calculated, intellectually dominant force in modern WWE history. Every move is strategic. Every decision serves a purpose. Roman's journey to this point has been about consolidation of power, not just through championships, but through influence and control. He's built a narrative where he is the undisputed center of WWE's universe, the tribal chief, the head of the table. But here's where it gets fascinating. Roman's success has created a fundamental problem. When you surround yourself with incredible talent like the Usos, eventually, they become just as dangerous as you are. Jimmy and Uso haven't been passive bystanders. They've evolved as competitors. Their in-ring psychology has sharpened. Their championship credentials have become legitimate. And that's the threat Roman never anticipated. The Usos have gone from being his support system to being potential competitors for the same opportunities he controls. Now, shift perspective for a moment. Put yourself in Jimmy and G's shoes. You've been instrumental in creating this empire. You've sacrificed. You've fought. Your loyalty has been unquestionable. And yet, when opportunities arise, when championship moments present themselves, you're the ones being asked to step aside. You're being told that the greater good requires your sacrifice. That's psychologically exhausting. The Usos represent something WWE audiences have responded to massively: authenticity. They bring their genuine personalities, their cultural pride, their family dynamic into everything they do. Fans connect with them because they feel real in an environment of carefully crafted personas. And that authenticity means they have demands of their own. They have ambitions that don't necessarily align with Roman's roadmap. They're not just checking boxes, they're building legacies independent of the tribal chief. This is the beautiful complexity of their situation. They love Roman. They respect Roman. But they're not just the Usos anymore. They're championship caliber performers who deserve championship caliber opportunities. This "no more mercy" moment represents the culmination of months of tension. We're witnessing the narrative maturation where allegiance becomes negotiable, where family bonds are tested by the realities of professional ambition. What makes this story unprecedented is that there's no clear villain here. Roman Reigns isn't wrong for consolidating power, that's leadership. The Usos aren't wrong for wanting their own opportunities, that's ambition. The friction between them feels organic because it emerges from legitimate conflicting interests. This isn't manufactured drama. This is the natural evolution of a faction that's achieved everything, and now faces the question, what's next? The stakes are enormous. Consider what's in the balance. Championship opportunities. The Usos' careers are at a point where they should be challenging for major titles, not eventually, but now. Every match they take in the Bloodline's shadow is a match they're not taking toward their championship dreams. Legacy. Roman Reigns will be remembered as one of the greatest of all time. But the Usos want their names in that conversation too. Not as footnotes in his story, but as central figures in WWE history. Control of the narrative. Whoever emerges from this conflict with moral authority will reshape the Bloodline's future. Will it remain a faction, or will it become fractured into separate ambitious entities? This is the moment where everyone finds out who they really are, when the institution demands everything. When there's no longer room for compromise. When family first meets self first. If Roman Reigns and the Usos actually separate or enter into direct competition, the ripple effects across WWE programming will be seismic. The tag team division would suddenly have hunger. The heavyweight title picture would shift. Championship matches would take on different psychological dimensions. Backstage storytelling would gain new layers. And on a broader level, this demonstrates WWE's commitment to evolving storylines. This isn't a manufactured feud designed to sell merchandise. This is a natural progression of compelling characters reaching an inevitable crossroads. Fans have invested in this faction for years. They've celebrated with them. They've suffered through controversial moments with them. And now, we're at the payoff. We're seeing these characters make choices that will define their careers. That's professional wrestling at its finest. It's drama, it's unpredictability, and it's human. The question now is, what's next? Will Roman Reigns maintain control? Will the Usos forge their own path? Will there be reconciliation, or is this truly the end of an era? Only WWE programming will tell us. But what we know is this: the final point has been reached. The next chapter will be written in the ring. If you're as invested in this storyline as we are, smash that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Join our community of wrestling fans who understand that the best stories in WWE aren't about championships, they're about characters evolving, making hard choices, and facing consequences. What do you think happens next? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching WWE Express. We'll see you next time. And remember, in WWE, there's always more drama around the corner.